When New York gets this swell of pride, they become obnoxious. Like, more so than any other fan base, when New Yorkers feel a sense of pride about something, their level of, it's too much for me. And I'm from Jersey. I'm from right there. I don't like it. So I wanted to see their hearts break, and I felt like I was robbed of the joy of seeing their heart break in real time. And it really bothered me because it was done so in disgusting, cheating fashion. Yes, sir. Fresh back from G-Ho, the greatest homecoming on earth at North Carolina A&T State University. I'm your guy, Rodney, Rikai, Samaria, Terry. How are you feeling, beloved?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, you got to tell me about that because I went to a PWI and homecoming was just another game.
Yeah. You see, y'all got like a big frat party. Ours is like the ultimate family reunion, okay? It's like 80,000 black people descending upon Greensboro, North Carolina. You got people in Lacefront. Let me not be judgmental. It's just, it's a great experience, except if your football team gets demolished like ours did. We lost 59-17 to Hampton. Very bad.
You know, it's crazy because I definitely saw it was trending on Twitter, the amount of butts that people have been seeing at homecomings.
Okay, I ain't really see no ass like that. We ain't one of the thicker universities. We ain't got thickness at our university like that.
Well, that's good. Well, speaking of HBCUs, we have Southern University's very own David Banner joining us a little bit later in the show. Amazing conversation. Y'all got to stay tuned and listen to that.
I'm ready to get into our first topic of the day. I know you are as well because your shoulders are covered up. And anytime you come with the shoulders all covered, you ready for some action. You want to get into it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So it's been a difficult few weeks for Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. They are 3-3, third right now in the NFC East, coming off a rout to the Detroit Lions. So he's threatened to fire a radio host after asking him some tough questions about the roster. And now he's saying that they didn't go after Derrick Henry because he wouldn't have fit with their offensive scheme. An offense that is last right now in the league in rushing. Rodney, how much is Jerry Jones hurting the Dallas Cowboys at this point?
Jerry Jones is the Lake Lanier of NFL. People go to Lake Lanier and they have a good time. So on the surface, it looks like a good time. But underneath that big-ass scoreboard and that football field at Jerry World lies a skeleton of broken black bodies. He and his son are running this organization like an AAU team. They have no ability to construct a roster for the modern NFL era. They're grossly overpaying players who are average at best. Dak Prescott. And they underpay the talent that they actually need. Jerry has been a hindrance to this organization for quite some time. I think that he's one of those people who doesn't really grow up. He's like Frank the Tank. He thinks that the swag that he had back in the early 90s is still the same swag that exists today, and it just doesn't come across well. And unfortunately, I think that he's cursing his organization with his presence. And until he removes himself, it's not Jimmy Johnson being inducted into the Ring of Honor. It's when Jerry Jones decides to step back and remove his sons also from making decisions that I think the Cowboys will ultimately be able to have some level of moderate success in the modern era of football.
This is really, really bad. And I think on top of all of that, I'm going to get to the Derrick Henry stuff because that was just atrocious. On top of that, I didn't even realize that the Dallas Cowboys were doing the fan tours like that until ESPN just released the article. And then in the article, you have former players like Javon Curse talking about how they feel like they're at a zoo. They're an exhibit in the zoo because they can't even work out and lift weights without people knocking on the glass or walking in. And you got Jerry Jones flying in to practice on his helicopter and the $1 million chandeliers inside of the Star. Like, he cares more about the fans than winning at this point. Like, I was just at Jerry World, right? Like, for a game in the route to the Lions. I'm there. It was so much fan stuff. I don't think that I've ever been to a stadium where it's that much fan stuff. I feel like as long as he has those Dallas Cowboys fans piling in to AT&T Stadium every week, he doesn't care about if they're winning or losing.
Well, because I think he cares. I think his ego cares about the winning and losing. I just don't think that he has a human value on the lives of his NFL players. There's no shock to me that his players are comparing their experience in Jerry World to being inside of a zoo. I mean, we heard him on camera with Jamie Foxx talking about a member of his team's penis size.
Yes.
Like, this is not. I think that no nonsense. And we've seen images of him as a child, being out there in a crowd that was
desegregation.
Who had an issue with desegregation, exactly. And so you think that this man who owns a team of majority of black men is going to humanize them? That comes as no surprise to me at all.
Yeah, and I think even just like with the roster and I feel like Shannon Sharp may have said it yesterday, like, does he even really know football? Because how can you say that you didn't go after Derrick Henry, who made it known that he wanted, like, he has a house in Dallas. That's where he goes in the offseason to train. He wanted to play for the Dallas Cowboys. And you're going to say that you didn't go after getting him because you didn't feel like he was going to fit in your roster? You make your offense fit around Derrick Henry. And look at you right now, last in the NFL in rushing yards per game. It's horrible. They have no rushing attack, and that has just completely just spiraled out of control. And now your offense looks like crap, and you're losing 46-9 or 47-9 at home to the Lions. Like, it just.
Well, as a Cowboys hater, I'm happy. I'm elated. I love all of this. Don't change anything. Don't change a thing, Jerry. The last time they won a Super Bowl, Tupac was alive. And that is crazy. Old people just shouldn't be making decisions in young people's business, right? Like, not in politics, not in art, and in this instance, not in sports either. It's a bad dynamic because I think his ability to see the game is antiquated, outdated. And and I think his son also is gonna be the next version of Jerry Jones, but it'll be even worse. So I look forward to the misery of Cowboys fans for the next 30 years.
He's going to definitely have to change the structure. He needs to get an actual general manager in there, somebody that he's going to listen to and that can make decisions. He has too much power, and that's why they look the way that they look. But you all let us know down in the comments, what do you make of these latest comments from Jerry Jones, specifically not getting Derrick Henry in the way that some of the former players are saying they feel like they're an exhibit at the zoo?
All right, last week the WNBA Finals came to a close with the New York Liberty winning a thrilling Game 5, but of course not without some controversy. Now, on the final play of regulation, Breanna Stewart caught the ball, ran with it, literally, ran into someone, and then the refs called a foul. Breanna then went to the line where she made 2 free throws to tie the game and send it to overtime where the Liberty would seal the deal. In the post-game conference, however, Minnesota Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve flat out said that the title was stolen. Samaria, are her feelings valid?
I mean, it was really, it was a little one-sided. I'm trying to be politically correct, but
Why?
I don't know why. But whatever Cheryl Reeve said, I'm here for it. I love the way that Nafisa Collier posted, like, her clearly being fouled on Instagram. It was very subtle shade at the officiating, which I felt like was warranted. I think in a game of this magnitude, you're either going to call it tight or you're not going to call anything. You're just going to let the women play. Because she had opportunities late in the game where she was fouled and it wasn't called. And I feel like that would have shifted the game if you called it evenly. Like, it's really sad. I honestly, like, I hate to get off topic, but I'm more disappointed in Sabrina Ionescu.
Okay, tell me more.
It's crazy because I was really thinking when I saw the WNBA first team, and I was like, dang, I feel like Sabrina should have gotten the nod over Caitlin Clark, right? Because I felt like she helped lead the team to the finals.
No, she's not.
1 of 19.
Yeah, no.
I was hoping, even late in that game, that one of those shots were going to fall. And so I think even seeing her after the game, like, celebrating.
Doing snow angels on the
like,
court
girl,
like she
please.
did something. Yeah.
And I was thinking, would Caitlin Clark have performed that bad? I don't think so.
Hell no.
No, I don't I don't think so. In a moment that big, I don't think that.
Yeah, I watched the game in real time, and I was like, wow, they're being cheated. Straight up.
Yeah.
There were so many calls that I saw that Nafisa Collier should have had, driving to the basket, getting hit, getting slapped. And I think she was like too calm about it. She's so strong-minded and physically strong that she doesn't sell calls the way that some other players do. And I think it really cost her a chance to get some shots at the free throw line in this game. That last play with Breanna, she caught the ball and literally ran with it and then dribbled. Like, she took like 5 steps, like took off. It was a travel even before we got to the foul, which was bull. She didn't get fouled. The defender is straight up, had actually beat her to the spot. And that's not a foul because her shooting motion brought her arm forward into the defender's arms. Like, you cannot make that call. And if you're gonna make that call, then there are 7 other calls that you could have made for the Lynx prior to that. The free throw disparity, I think it was like 25-8 in this game. And it's not like the Lynx weren't playing physical. It's not like they weren't attacking, like they were settling for jump shots, right? Like yeah, man, I didn't like the outcome. Also because, you know, I'm anti most things New York except for the Yankees. Shout out to them, World Series bound. But you know, Knicks, Liberty, yeah, you know, I just Jets, whatever. I just wanted to see them lose. Because you know what it is. I'll be honest. Let me be honest with myself.
Okay.
Yo, when New York gets this swell of pride, right? They become obnoxious. Like, more so than any other fan base, when New Yorkers feel a sense of pride about something, like, their level of, it's too much for me. And I'm from Jersey. I'm from right there. I don't like it. So I wanted to see their hearts break, and I felt like I was robbed of the joy of seeing their heart break in real time. And it really bothered me because it was done so in disgusting, cheating fashion. Okay, yes, that's how I feel. I'm glad to get that off my chest. I can just be honest. I don't like New York. I don't like New York. I don't like New York. That feels good to say.
Is it bad that that's how I feel about Atlanta?
Yeah, because you're from there. That's crazy.
I mean, I don't like the Falcons.
Okay. Okay. Respect. I'm talking about like the energy. You like this energy of the city of Atlanta. I don't like the energy of the city of New York.
I mean, no, because I do feel like Falcons fans can get obnoxious too. I don't know.
To celebrate. They ain't got no reason to be obnoxious now.
And they were obnoxious. And then, you know, Georgia, little powerhouse over there, so.
Yeah. You know what? I will say it was fly to see Teresa Weatherspoon courtside for the Liberty to win a chip. You know, she was a longtime member of the team, an original member of the original team. And so it was fly to see her, especially after being ousted as the head coach of the Chicago Sky. I did not like Angel's outfit. I thought that
know what I was about to ask you.
Can we talk about Angel's outfit? What the hell was she wearing, yo? Yo, Samaria, please say something.
She tried.
What she tried to do? No.
It was an attempt to pay homage to players, but it wasn't. The execution was flawed.
You're in the league. Why are you wearing other teams' paraphernalia? Why are you wearing 2 teams' paraphernalia? Go put a real outfit on, fam. You got a stylist, all right? Go put some real clothes on. You want to sit the game? Cool, do your thing. But like when Kyrie was playing for the Brooklyn Nets and was pulling up to Barclays, he was on the team and wasn't wearing Brooklyn Nets paraphernalia. Man, wear some regular goddamn clothes. Oh my God! And it was just like a bad cut. It wasn't even fly. Like if it was like a fly jacket, it was bad. It was bad. She looked like
I get what she was trying to do, but
I ain't see the vision.
Fell flat. It fell flat. But back to Teresa though, I really appreciate. Like I kind of teared up like when I saw her emotional after the win. That was one thing that I was like, oh my God, like that was good. Everything else after New York's win, I was just like,
Yeah, I hear you. Terrible outfit. Angel, I just wanted to reiterate that one more time. Y'all let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you feel like the Minnesota Lynx were cheated out of a championship? And also, let me know your thoughts on Angel Reese's attire at Game 5 of the WNBA Finals. Was it as bad to you as it was to me? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below.
So Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa returned to practice this week since suffering that concussion back on September 22nd against the Buffalo Bills. That was Tua's 3rd diagnosed concussion of his NFL career. Now, according to Tua, he hasn't had any concussion symptoms since the day after the last one, the last concussion that is. Now, since he's been out, the Dolphins went 1-3. Tyreek Hill telling the media that his return brought tears to his eyes. Now, Tua has not chosen to wear a Guardian cap to protect him from further concussions. Rodney, do you think that this is the right time for Tua to return to football?
No, this man's brains are going to be mush. This is not okay. I'm sorry. I don't know this man. I mean, you know what? He's a grown man. If he wants to make a decision that will incapacitate him later on in life, then so be it. It'll be sad, but it'll be a phenomenal documentary about his unwillingness to want to live long. I don't even understand why the guardian cap thing wouldn't be like, yeah, put something on me that gives me additional protection. Like, you're not extra tough because your brains are sliding around the inside of your skull. Make preventative measures to make sure that you are here for your family. That should be what the end goal is for any and all of us. He is a very, very young man with a lot of life potentially left to live, but not if you're not out here willing to protect yourself. Like, are we also just not going to wear seatbelts? No more condoms? Like, why don't we just stop doing everything that's here to provide us safety and protection to a Tagovailoa? I don't even know how to pronounce the last name. But, like, why don't we just, like, hang from the wheel of an airplane? Let's just risk it all at this point. Why don't we do that? Wear the guardian cap, bro. Protect your neck. It's that simple.
Or even, they have those little collar things that the guys are wearing too to help with concussions. But I don't ever want to tell somebody not to follow their dreams and do their passion in life. But this one is detrimental to your health. It's really bad. And it's like, for him, like, watching the press conference, and when the reporter said, hey, like, are you going to wear a guardian cap? And he's like, no. He was almost like offended. Bless you. He was almost like offended that someone asked him about protecting his brain. It's like he has something to prove. And I get that. But at what cost? And at what cost to your life and then your family's life? Like, anybody can knock you down. Yeah. And there's a chance that you are going to do the things and people are going to be freaked out because now you've suffered another concussion because you've had 3. And I emphasize diagnosed in that because there probably were other concussions, but you were able to continue to play like the first one. You kept playing. Your brain is more susceptible now to doing that thing where you go into that defense mechanism and your hands curl up and it's like, we can all see that this is so dangerous for you. And I want to just yell, like, don't play. You've made your money. You can coach. You can do something.
The last shot that he took wasn't even a vicious shot. He catching concussions off of wind. Nick, bro, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, he got a concussion from a blade of grass, Samaria. It wasn't even a hard hit. It's like, yo, you can't absorb the contact of a normal football interaction. It's not for you anymore. And if you want it to be for you, at least take additional preventative measures. I also wonder why these guardian caps are not just like standard issue throughout the NFL. Like, if they provide that much protection, why are we not just outfitting the entire league with these guardian caps to protect their brain? When I was a kid, you could ride in a car without seatbelts. I'm that old. But at some point, it became a federal regulation that a seatbelt is mandatory because they save lives. And if one of the complaints that NFL players have is that after 4 years, they cannot get insurance anymore because their bodies are so broken up and broken down that companies are refusing to insure them, then why are we not doing something that has the potential to help them have full lives after they finish playing football? It doesn't make any sense to me. I think Tua is making a very, very poor decision as a young man. I think that he needs some kind of leader, a father, an uncle, a guardian, an angel of some sort to come in and interject in his decision making, because right now I think he's making one that a lot of young men make, especially in our community, and that's risking it all because they don't have an understanding of the long-term implications of what these decisions can mean. It's really hard to see the forest from the trees. And I think right now he's so engulfed in being a football guy that he is unwilling to think about Tua, the grandfather.
Yeah. Well, you all let us know down in the comments, what did you make of Tua Tagovailoa's return to football after his 3rd diagnosed concussion?
And you know he done had more concussions than 3 if a blade of grass is giving him a concussion. That fool got silly string for brains. He's tripping.
All right, folks, it's that time of the show where we bring in a guest to chop it up with us. And today's guest wears many hats. He's a legendary rapper, producer, actor, and activist who's always used his platform to speak truth to power. Now, you know his hits, you know his movies, and you now can see him in the new Peacock series called Fight Night, the $1 Million Heist. Let's give it up for the one and the only David Banner. What's up, cousin?
Thank you. Thank you. We need to take you everywhere I go. That was an awesome intro. Uh,
Very well done. Firstly, man, how's your spirit feeling this morning?
man, everything is good, man. Just having the opportunity, man, to continue to expand, to continue to create. I really think that's our real power, is to have the opportunity to create and bring things to and from the unseen. And just excited about it, man. Moving forward. Fight Night has been the most viewed show in Peacock history. I'm a part of that. Our people seem to really like Mo Slim, so it's been an awesome opportunity.
Yeah, I'm really curious. What was your reaction when you saw the script? You were like, was it one of those things where you're like, okay, I definitely need to be a part of this series?
Well, to be honest with you, it was more of, I heard about the cast before I had the opportunity to read the script. And what's funny is, a lot of people don't know this, that my very first film was with Samuel L. Jackson and Craig Brewer. So it was a family reunion almost. And then I was in I was in the last season of Empire. So I know how Samuel Jackson get down. He doesn't play when it comes to the art. I know, the way that Terrence looks at his art and how he approaches it. And to know who was producing it, to know Will Packer was a part of it. We know how he get down. So it's like, but what I will tell you all is that this TV show was constantly evolving, and I knew it was going to be good, but I would have never imagined it was what it ended up becoming. The other thing that I think we all could do a better job at is talking about the fact that this is a piece of history. This story, wasn't just about a robbery. This wasn't just about, you know, Muhammad Ali's comeback fight. It wasn't just about gangsters and pimps and that period of time. It's also about how Atlanta evolved. And everybody run to Atlanta for business. Everybody run, to take advantage of it, but really don't know the history. Really don't know what goes into it. And a lot of times when you're dealing with black art, people define to us who our heroes can be. Other people can have their Scar faces and their John Gottis. Atlanta wasn't just all positive, so-called positive people. You also had the number runners. You also had the hustlers. You also had, the owners of the strip clubs and the late night clubs, if you know what I'm talking about. We have all frequented some of
Yeah,
those. At least
yeah,
I
yeah,
have. Um, but like, I think the full story is important, because the real truth is, I was always told there's three ways that you fool people. You give them the wrong information, not enough information, or too much information. And in this case, sometimes a lot of pieces were left out. So I think Fight Night is very important because of the historical ramifications of what a lot of these hustlers did. And I was honored to be a part of it.
Brother Banner's Wi-Fi was a little spotty, but we good. We rocked. We rolling and we good money. You good, bro?
We back,
All right.
man.
We
We
need to do
back.
some breath work, some breathing exercises to get you at peace. I know you had to go up some stairs.
No, we have peace. I'm in awesome shape, brother. I'm in superhero shape.
we love to hear it, man. I want to hear more about another project that you have coming up. My good sister Javicia Leslie stars in The Family Business. You are a series regular in the spinoff of that show, Family Business New Orleans. Can you give us some insight on that series?
Well, it was amazing because I was shooting Family Business New Orleans at the same time. I was going from Atlanta. Matter of fact, guys, on my birthday, um, I shot from like 10 o'clock in the daytime to 8 o'clock. No, about noon to about 1 o'clock at night. Went home, printed out my script, went and slept at Delta. Was in LA the next day and shot from 11 to 8 o'clock the next day. But what I'll tell you all is, both of these characters meant so much to me. Tasha Smith taught me something so very important. She said it's our responsibility as actors to put, um, dignity and put humanity into every, character that represents our people. And Family Business New Orleans, like, man, I don't know what they did, bro, but it looks like they dumped millions and millions into that, man. I'm so proud of the production quality and how far, Carl and them have been able to push this. And like I told you, black art means so much to me. So to be able to take that energy, and Carl and them didn't know this, but I was taking that energy from Samuel L. Jackson, bottling it up, jumping on the airplane, and coming and dumping it on Family Business, man. And I can't wait to be able. I can't wait for the people to be able to see, what they got going on.
Yeah, I wanted to get your thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime performance, especially because you've produced for big name artists like Lil Wayne. Do you think that they got it right?
This is. Well, first of all, I'm so amazed at how it wasn't too long ago that black folks wasn't really dealing with it. That's what I thought. That's what I was told. And then, they employ one other black person and and it's crazy because I am the one that answer these types of questions, but this kind of stuff hurts my career because I tell the truth. Most people don't tell the truth. And I don't benefit from that. We don't support each other enough for me to really truly. Vince Staples said it the best. Like, y'all don't. If you really care about me, you don't really want to hear the truth. You don't. You don't. I won't be on Fight Night too. But the real truth is like, what do we stand for? My dad always told me what makes a man or a woman is not what you say yes to, is what you say no to. I saw there was this big movement. It was a big strike that was going on. And the things that the corporation was doing to the workers, it was so deplorable. And for me, I feel like Muhammad Ali felt. If someone shows you, and I guess since y'all say I can curse, I can say it the way that I want to. I've always felt if a person shows you they ass, you should smell it. And once a group of people show you how they feel about you, they feel about your race, just because they have enough money to give you some of the things that you want, it doesn't stop how they felt about you. And we are so easily motivated by money. And to me, there's no way for you to have culture. We always talk about the culture. Like, the real truth is the culture is money. And money is printed by America, and it doesn't have no true value. So they can give you anything they want to. And if you are moved by that, anytime they call you, then you're a prostitute.
Yeah. Because the culture is for sale at any turn, at every turn. You're right,
yeah,
1,000%.
It's not really culture, it's prostitution.
Thank you. Hey, man.
Make sure everybody go to davidbanner.com. I don't never, every time I get up here, I start talking political and don't do what I'm supposed to. Y'all make sure y'all go to davidbanner.com and support. Make sure that you look at Fight Night and not just look at it because it's a great TV show, but do some back history, about these characters and what happened and the reason why Atlanta is what it is today. Family Business is coming out the end of the year. Y'all make sure that y'all look at that. And it's just been, and I'm grateful that people consider me. Thank you all.
Thank you for joining us, man. This meant a lot. This is a great conversation. Samaria, I'm sure you have the same sentiment.
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
All right, I'm a little under the weather this week, but it doesn't mean that I don't have a gripe. Death, taxes, and NBA superstars missing nationally televised games. That is the holy trinity of certainty. We are 2 days into the NBA season, and already some of the biggest names in the sport are MIA. That list includes Joel Embiid, Paul George, Zion, Kawhi, and now DeJounte Murray. Missing the first week of the NBA season, to me, is like being a kid and missing the first day of school. You are corny. Everybody is excited for the first day of school. You lay your fit out nice and neat. You can barely sleep because you're excited to show your peers how tall you've got or that you got a mustache now. Whatever the thing is that's new, right? We have been without the NBA season since June. We've been waiting for 4 long months for the first games of the season. How are you still not ready? Jared Vanderbilt, you've been hurt for 2 years. How are you still not able to play? If you have a legitimate injury, I understand. Paul George hurt his knee so bad that his body did something sassy. So he probably needs to sit out for a second, okay? But there's this air in the modern NBA that just feels like too many of the players and teams, might I add, because they are complicit and probably spearheading all of this, if I can be completely honest. But it seems that there's no longer a desire to wow fans. And this is an entertainment league, not any different than the WWE, other than supposedly there's no scripted outcomes. But imagine Triple H from the WWE not showing up to a Royal Rumble because his stomach hurts or because his 5th metatarsal is bruised. I'm sick of it. No sport means more to me than basketball, and the first day of the NBA season is like Christmas, man. So when I turn the game on and my favorites aren't out there hooping, it just sucks. So my fumble of the week is going to the brittle bones and ligaments of NBA players who are robbing me of the joy of seeing their incredible gifts in the opening week of the season. Samaria, my question for you: do you think NBA players are soft?
I'm not saying it because we've already had our dispute over football versus basketball, so I'm not even getting into that. I will say though, it's really interesting. I feel like if Lonzo Ball playing, y'all need to be playing. Okay, this man barely got a knee put together. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe I'm gonna send it back to you because what do you make of this investigation of Joel Embiid's participation? Do you feel like that's what they need to do now?
Well, it's a mandate. It's something that the NBA I think last year started doing when players miss nationally televised games. They want to get all the information to make sure that this wasn't an elective sitting out, but something that was absolutely mandatory or necessary rather for a player's health, long term and short term. Joel, I don't know what Joel hurt. They said he had some inflammation in his knee, but he had lost 30 pounds. We saw him play in the Olympics. I don't understand like how he's so hurt that he can't play on opening night, bro. Like, you got to play opening night. And if you want to sit out the second game, cool. But you can't miss that first game. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, at least set the tone. Like, hey, I'm hurt or I'm a little bruised or damaged or whatever. But at this day, I'm showing up because it means that much to me. I think it sets a bad tone for the team, a bad message to the league. And I think many of his peers and competitors don't see Joel Embiid as a legitimate threat because they know that he is so willing to miss games, miss times. And when you do that in a team sport, what happens is the team dynamic gets disrupted. And so the Philadelphia 76ers, with all of these new parts, I don't think are going to be feared around the league because they're like, oh, well, they ain't really built enough continuity to warrant us like legitimizing them as a threat. And so I think that even more so than him not playing and disappointing my heart, I think it sets a bad tone for the team going into the rest of the season.
Yeah, and I think I read somewhere that they're more focused on the postseason and having him healthy for that.
I've never seen a team without chemistry win a championship.
Right.
So you integrating a new piece into the fold in Paul George, right? You got to see how that feels. You got just all of these new parts for the Sixers. Like, they have like I think 8 new players on their team, including the rookie Jared McCain, who I think is phenomenal. And so people have to know how to play off of the guy who's the centerpiece of it all. So if Joel Embiid is not there to like really figure out the nuances of what each of his teammates are doing, come playoff time, it's going to look goofy. That's just not how the NBA works, bro. You don't just bring in. It takes time to gel. And if you do that in 41 games or in 50 games as opposed to 82, which is the goal, or 69, then Paul's 69 is crazy. Then I just think you're not doing yourself a service. Sorry, I couldn't help it. That was crazy. I don't know why I chose 69 of all numbers. Or maybe I do. Anyway. Y'all let us know your thoughts in the comments section about NBA superstars. I'm ashamed of myself. Sorry, mama. About NBA superstars missing opening games to start the NBA season. Do you feel like NBA players should prioritize being available the first night of the season? Or does this buffing window that allows them to get healthy in the middle of the season make sense for their long-term investment? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.
Yeah, that's all for this week. Thank you so much for joining us for yet another great episode of The Fumble. Make sure to subscribe to The Fumble and at The Fumble Sports on all of our social media platforms. We deliver the latest in sports every day on our YouTube page with our homegirl, Jackie Ray, and then every Friday right here at The Fumble with myself, Samaria Terry, and my crazy co-host, Rodney Rikai.
Hey, shout out to David Banner, man. I think he needs to remix like a pimp and do like a community activist.
Okay, but are people actually gonna buy it?
It don't matter. I'ma jam it, and I'm the
I am too, because I listen to Christian hip hop.
On that note, get out of here, man. Thank y'all for checking out The Fumble. We appreciate it. You listen to Christian hip hop. I can tell by your bangs. Swoop.